Gemini, the universe is calling you to step into a journey of destiny. Have you felt the pull? The pull towards something bigger, something profound? It's a journey that will test you, wound you, and ultimately transform you into the most powerful version of yourself. Are you ready to embrace the challenges ahead and become who you were truly meant to be? The moment of transformation is at hand, and only by walking through these trials will you uncover the greatness that's been waiting inside you. But this path is not for the faint of heart. It's for those brave enough to face their deepest fears, willing to shed the old layers and become the bold, brilliant soul they were born to be. If you're feeling like you're standing at the edge of something monumental, something life-changing, hit that like button now to fuel this journey forward, and leave a comment below with one simple declaration. Gemini will rise stronger than ever from this challenge. This is your moment to affirm to the universe that you are ready. Embrace the transformation. The journey starts now. Part 1. Misunderstood and misjudged. Gemini, have you ever felt like you live in two worlds at once? The outer world, where you shine witty, intelligent, quick, always surprising people with your charm and sharp mind, and the inner world, where you quietly hold unspoken fears, complex emotions, and thoughts too delicate for most to ever notice. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of words, intellect, and connection. Because of this, you are like a messenger of the universe, born to communicate, to share, to connect people with new ideas. Yet this gift is a double-edged sword. Not everyone can keep up with the speed of your mind, shifting like the wind. They see you speak one way today, another tomorrow, and rush to label you two-faced, insincere, unpredictable. In truth, your rapid changes are not deception. They are the essence of Gemini, an air sign, adaptable, always seeking freshness, never willing to stay trapped in old patterns. You carry duality within you, both childlike and wise, rational yet dreamy, craving freedom yet longing for an anchor. But the world often only sees half. They see your smile but not the sadness behind your eyes. They hear your jokes but not the sighs in your heart. And so, they misunderstand you. Sometimes, you feel isolated, even in your closest relationships. People laugh with you, but whisper behind your back that you're not real. They come to you for your spark, but turn away when you reveal your vulnerability. How many times have you asked yourself, am I really as hard to understand as they say? Have I lost my true self by changing so much? And in those moments, Gemini, you feel like a drifting cloud in the sky, with nowhere to land. But this, Gemini, is the first crisis the universe has placed in your path. The crisis of being misunderstood and misjudged. It does not come to break you, but to teach you to look deeper within and recognize your true worth. Remember, Mercury is not only the planet of words, but also of wisdom. You don't need everyone to understand you. What you need is to understand yourself, to let your inner light grow so strong it shines even when the world refuses to see it. Think of an artist painting an abstract picture. To most, it looks like chaos. But to those who know how to feel, they see a whole universe moving within it. So it is with Gemini. Don't expect everyone to understand you. The truth is, you were not born to be accepted by all. You were born to touch the right souls who need your light. And to do that, You must stand firm in your essence, not letting others' judgments steal your confidence. This crisis teaches you that not everyone who leaves you is a loss. Not everyone who misjudges you matters. The one who most needs to understand you is yourself. And when you truly stand confident in who you are, you will naturally attract those who value your depth, your uniqueness, and yes, even your unpredictability. Dear Gemini, if you've ever felt misunderstood, remember, that is not the end. It is simply the universe filtering away shallow connections, making space for deeper, more genuine bonds. Allow yourself to be different. Allow yourself to be the fresh breeze without asking for permission. Because only when you dare to live in full alignment with your dual essence will you truly shine. And right now, I want you to leave a powerful affirmation in the comments. I am still myself, no matter who misunderstands me. Type it out as a promise to yourself and as a message sent to the universe. And don't forget to subscribe, so that whenever you feel shaken, there will always be a message arriving just in time to remind you, you are never alone. Gemini, take a deep breath. See this crisis not as a sentence, but as a gift. For only by being misunderstood will you learn to love yourself more deeply. And only when you truly love yourself can you love this world with the full brilliance, sincerity, and vibrant colors of a true Gemini. Part 2. Betrayal from close relationships. Gemini, deep down, you are one of the Zodiac signs most willing to open your heart. Your innocence, openness, and natural gift of communication make you believe that connecting with people is a blessing from the universe. You can talk to anyone, befriend anyone, and sometimes, after just a few conversations, you've already placed your trust in them, as if they were your destined companion. Yet this very trust, so freely given, often becomes a wound, easily exploited. Gemini belongs to the mutable air group, flexible, adaptable, quick to open your heart, and just as quick to give away what is most precious, your sincerity. You look at the world through optimism, wanting to see the good in others. And then the second crisis arrives like a cold wind. Betrayal from those you trusted the most. It might be a close friend who once swore they'd stand by you through everything, but turned their back when you faced hardship. It might be a lover who once held your hand and promised to walk the path to the end with you, but chose another road, leaving you with an empty silence. Or it could be a colleague you considered a soul ally at work, who, at a critical moment, chose personal safety over standing with you. This feeling, Gemini, is like the midday sun suddenly covered by dark clouds. You're shocked, disheartened, and in that instant, it feels as though your very faith in human connection collapses. Because for you, betrayal is not just losing a relationship, it is losing trust in the very essence of connection, something that defines Gemini at the core. You begin to ask yourself, was I too quick to trust? Was I naive to believe everyone had the same heart as me? But pause for a breath. Gemini, the universe does not put you through this crisis to make you a skeptic forever. Betrayal is a test. It forces you to see beyond masks. It teaches you to distinguish between genuine companionship and subtle exploitation. Because not everyone who comes to you comes with love. Some are drawn to your light only to bask in it, without ever intending to protect or cherish it. In astrology, Gemini is the embodiment of duality, light and dark, trust and doubt, openness and caution. Moving through this crisis, you'll understand that both sides are necessary. Openness allows you to connect, but discernment allows you to choose wisely. And only when these two are balanced can you build relationships that endure, where you no longer fear someone leaving at the very moment you need them most. Yes, betrayal hurts. It cuts into your sensitive heart more deeply than you often admit. But from these wounds, you gain sharper vision to know who truly deserves to walk with you, and who was only meant for a short stretch of the journey. And believe this: those who leave you in hardship are not losses. They are the universe's way of removing unnecessary weight from your path. Remember, not everyone who betrays you is meant to be hated. They simply played their role in your growth. And once you move beyond this pain, you'll hold a heart open enough to love, yet wise enough not to place your trust in the wrong hands again. That is the hidden gift of this second crisis. If hearing these words stirs a memory of a betrayal that once changed you, leave a comment. I have learned strength from betrayal. Write it down. To transform the wound into strength, and to remind yourself that you did not fall. And don't forget to subscribe, so that as your journey continues, you'll always have the universe whispering back to you, you are never alone. Gemini, betrayal is not the end. It is the mirror that reveals who truly belongs in your life. And when you walk through it, you will no longer be the same. You will be stronger, clearer, and your heart, once healed, will beat with a deeper and steadier rhythm than ever before. Part 3. The Identity Crisis from Too Many Choices. Gemini, do you know that sometimes your intelligence, versatility, and vivid imagination can become a whirlwind that makes you lose yourself? People often admire Gemini for quick thinking, for the ability to learn almost instantly, and for unmatched flexibility. You can start a new project with excitement, only to find another, more tempting idea a few days later. You may be drawn to art while also being passionate about business, craving adventure while also longing for a safe anchor. And so, your mind is always filled with opportunities, choices, and crossroads. But here's where the crisis emerges. Too many crossroads mean no single path gets taken to the end. You embody duality, mutable energy fluid, adaptable. But adaptability is not the same as scattering yourself thin. If you keep jumping from branch to branch, you'll have the whole forest, but no roots deep enough to hold you. And in that moment, Gemini, you wonder, I can do everything, but why does nothing ever feel complete? Who am I in the midst of all these choices? In astrology, when Gemini gets caught in too many choices, it's when Mercury, your ruling planet, is overloaded with streams of data all at once. Like a computer with too many tabs open, eventually everything slows down. And you, with wings that seem built to soar across the whole sky, suddenly feel trapped in your own freedom. This is the identity crisis, born of too many options. It doesn't just blur your direction, it makes you doubt yourself. Am I not persistent enough? Am I someone who only knows how to start, but never strong enough to finish? This feeling, Gemini, is like standing at the crossroads of dozens of glowing streets. Yet if you keep hesitating, you'll only stand still as the lights gradually fade. But the universe doesn't send you this message to condemn you. It's here to teach you a vital lesson. Gemini's true strength isn't in how many things you can do, but in what you choose to focus on and turn into a masterpiece. You weren't born just to try for fun. You were born to leave a mark, and that mark only comes when you allow yourself to walk one path fully, pouring all your wit, charm, and brilliance into it, instead of scattering your energy in 10 directions. Gemini, remember this. Your wings are a gift, but they only matter when you choose a direction to fly. When you commit to a goal, you'll see that your flexibility doesn't disappear, it simply becomes refined. A strength that helps you navigate and adapt to every challenge along the way. If you've ever felt overwhelmed by endless options, unsure which is truly meant for you, know that you are not alone. This is a journey all Geminis must face, the journey of learning to filter, to choose, to stay steady. And once you overcome this crisis, you will no longer be a drifting wind. You will become a wind with direction powerful enough to spark a blazing fire of creativity. So pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and leave in the comments this simple but powerful affirmation. I choose to focus, so my light can shine fully. Write it down to transform chaos into clarity. And don't forget to subscribe, because your journey still holds many more messages from the universe waiting to be revealed. Don't miss them sometimes. One timely message is enough to change the way you see your whole path. Gemini, too many choices are not a curse. They are the challenge that teaches you how to grow. And when you finally choose one direction, when you pour your whole energy into it, you'll see yourself no longer scattered, but transformed into a radiant beam of light, strong enough to guide even those who are lost around you. Part 4. Losing connection with yourself. Gemini, you are the soul of conversations. You can walk into any room, meet anyone, and instantly become the bridge that connects people together. Your mind is always racing, sometimes even faster than your heartbeat. And that's why you're constantly busy with work, busy with relationships, busy with new ideas, busy with endless journeys. Yet, there are nights when the lights go out, the phone stops buzzing, and suddenly you feel a hollow emptiness inside. You realize you've spent so much time connecting with the outside world that you've forgotten how to connect with your inner world. And that, Gemini, is your fourth crisis: losing connection with yourself. In astrology, Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the messenger of the gods. You were born to exchange, to speak, to move, to change. But when Mercury is overloaded, when your mind is crowded with streams of noise from the outside, you can no longer hear the gentle voice of your own soul. That's when you may be living by other people's desires, chasing the expectations of the crowd, constantly reacting to outside signals, while forgetting the simplest question: what do I truly want? Who am I, really? It feels like you're playing roles in a theater where the audience changes every act, and each time the curtain falls, you put on a new mask. At some point, you look into the mirror and feel like a stranger to your own face, empty, lost, as if you were living someone else's life, not your own. Gemini, believe me, you are not alone in this crisis. Because Gemini is the zodiac of multiplicity. You have many versions of yourself within, and that's exactly what makes you magnetic. But at the same time, without inner listening, these versions can easily clash, pulling you in opposite directions. The result: you lose your center. You lose touch with your authentic self, the one that has always been there, just waiting for you to come home. The universe sends you this lesson to remind you your ability to listen inward is just as important as your gift of speaking outward. You don't always need to be busy, don't always need to show up in every conversation, don't always need to be the most interesting person in the room. Sometimes your greatest strength comes from daring to be silent, daring to sit still, daring to face the whispers of your own heart. Try it once. Turn off every notification, put down the phone, close the door, and just sit in stillness. At first, It may feel uncomfortable, like wasted time, but with each breath, you'll begin to notice a small yet powerful voice inside. That voice knows exactly what you need, which path is truly yours, what dream is real, and what is just an illusion. Only when you reconnect with that voice will you be free from emptiness and find your direction again. Gemini, losing connection with yourself is not the end. It's a reminder that it's time to pause, to look deeper within. You cannot keep running outside while abandoning the soul inside you, the soul that longs to be heard, to be understood, to be loved. If these words make your heart tremble even a little, leave a comment with this affirmation: I connect with myself before I connect with the world. Write it down as a promise to the universe, so that whenever you feel empty, you'll remember the vow you once made to return home. And don't forget to hit subscribe, so that on every journey back inward, you'll always have a warm message to guide you. Gemini, the outside world may sometimes confuse you, but your heart has never lost its way. Learn to listen to it, and you will realize that every answer you've been searching for has always been within you, all along. Part 5. Rebirth into your greatest self. Gemini, after all the crises you've endured, being misunderstood, betrayed, lost among countless choices, and those empty nights of losing touch with yourself, the universe leads you to the final challenge. This one is no longer about pain caused by others, no longer about losses outside of you. This is an inner battle, the crisis of rebirth. This is the stage where you must face every mask you've ever worn. The mask of the entertaining one in every conversation, the mask of the strong one who never shows weakness, the mask of the one who keeps changing to be liked by everyone. And then, one day, you realize all of these masks have become unbearably heavy. You're tired of performing, of pretending, of living under the weight of other people's expectations. And so, you choose to let go. But Gemini, this letting go is not gentle. It's as painful as a butterfly breaking out of its cocoon to reach the light. In that moment, everything familiar seems to collapse. The old definitions of yourself, the relationships that no longer fit, the dreams you thought were yours, but were actually placed on you by others. It all shatters, and you feel empty, standing in the dark, no longer sure who you are. But do not be afraid, because within that darkness, rebirth begins. The universe is pulling you back to your core, so you can rebuild this time, not on outside expectations, but on the truth of your soul. This is the moment you learn to live fully as your authentic self. Radiant, intelligent, adaptable, and deeply genuine. In astrology, Gemini carries the mutable air quality, flexible, ever-changing, capable of renewal. And this fifth crisis is your greatest transformation. From a scattered Gemini who sometimes lost direction, into a Gemini who has been refined by fire, now crystal clear about what truly matters. Rebirth doesn't mean becoming someone else. It means becoming the most authentic, most powerful version of you. Once you move through this stage, you'll realize you don't need to say too much to prove you're interesting. You don't need to change yourself to be loved. You don't need to live under anyone's gaze. Simply by showing up as yourself with your wit, your intelligence, your many colors, and your honesty, the world will be drawn to you naturally. And then, your prosperity won't just be for yourself, but will also inspire those around you. Gemini, look at yourself. Every crisis before this was only preparation to make you strong enough for this stage. The universe never makes you suffer for nothing. Every wound, Every collapse, every fall, all of it was a stepping stone, so you could finally emerge as the butterfly, radiant in the light that has always been yours. If you are in this very moment standing among the ruins, filled with doubts, but also sensing a new wave of energy rising within, know that you are exactly where you need to be. And I want you to leave a comment as a vow to your journey. I am rebirthing into the greatest version of myself. Write it down to transform this difficult stage into a declaration to the universe. And don't forget to hit subscribe, so that with every step of your rebirth, you'll always have these guiding messages reminding you that you were never alone. Gemini, this is not the end. This is the beginning. A new chapter, where you are no longer your old self, but a Gemini more mature, more powerful, and more luminous than ever before. And when you are reborn, that light will not only illuminate your path, but will also become a beacon for those still wandering in the dark. Gemini, after walking together through these 5 crises, do you see it now? Every challenge the universe has sent your way was never meant to break you, but to prepare you for the rebirth and abundance you were destined for. Being misunderstood taught you to love yourself. Betrayal showed you who was truly sincere. Too many choices reminded you to focus so you could shine. Emptiness brought you back to listen to your soul. And finally, rebirth carried you into the most radiant, intelligent, authentic, and powerful version of yourself. These lessons are not only written in the stars, but also deeply practical. Pause in the rush of life to truly hear yourself. Choose relationships based on sincerity, not empty promises. Focus your energy on one clear path instead of scattering it everywhere. And most importantly, allow yourself to be different, colorful, and free, because that is the greatest gift Gemini brings to this world. If you find yourself in one of these crises right now, share it in the comments with the affirmation, Gemini will overcome and prosper. As we come to the end of this journey, remember, it wasn't just a story of hardship. It was a story of growth, strength, and transformation. From the moments of being misunderstood to facing betrayal, the overwhelming choices, and the struggle to reconnect with your true self. Gemini, you have faced it all. But through it all, you've emerged stronger, wiser, and more aligned with your true essence. The rebirth you've gone through is only the beginning of a new chapter where you stand tall, fully confident in who you are. The universe has guided you here, and now it's time to honor the lessons you've learned. If you feel that this journey resonates with you, leave a comment sharing your experience and let us know how you've overcome your own trials. Hit like if you're ready to embrace the new chapter of your life and subscribe so you never miss the next cosmic message meant just for you. Remember, the universe is always whispering to you, and you, Gemini, are ready to listen.